Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Sarah Thummel, Independent Director with 31 Gifts, and this is a training for Team Rah Rah. We're just going to be talking tonight about starting in leadership and rocking our March businesses to make sure that we have a consistent business and a steady business for March and to begin growing our teams. And we're going to talk about LIT 2019, which was announced today. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is booking up your March. If you do not yet have your calendar full of parties, we've got to change that this weekend. Like, you've got to get on it, because this is a huge opportunity this month to make really happy hostesses with the double hostess credit, and for you to have people join your team that maybe wouldn't have joined otherwise, and we'll talk about that. So how do you book up your March? You might be wondering, how do you make that happen? And hi, Imelda, I see that you joined. So first of all, let me tell you real quick what got me started with my business, which really launched me into some fast growth at the time. I showed a lot of enthusiasm. So if you have paper to write this down, I suggest that you write it down. The number one way to book in any month is to show enthusiasm, okay? And hi, Leslie, I see that you joined as well. And I'll give you an example of showing enthusiasm. Okay, so Brienne Normandin joined my team back when I first started. She's been with me like the very longest, I think, from anyone on this team. She has been my best friend since we were children. We were about 5 years old, and we've been best friends ever since. So she had hosted parties for me in the past, and it was March, and they were offering an incredible incentive like they normally do in March. March is always amazing, hence double hostess credit and all this awesome stuff going on. March is always incredible, and home office does that in correlation with leadership incentive trip to push people to earn at the very end, because they want you to earn this trip. Okay, so back when I called Brienne right before she joined, she thought I was calling her to ask her to host another party with me, and that wasn't the case. I was so excited about the March special. She's like, oh, well, I guess I can go ahead and do another party for you. And I was like, no, I'm done doing parties for you. You're going to do this because you love 31, and this is such a great deal. I can't imagine you not doing it. So she said yes, she did it. She bought a $99 kit. It was her birthday's March 8th, and she had birthday money, and she bought the kit, and we did her party, and she's a senior consultant, and she is doing well. So all of that to say that I showed enthusiasm when I talked with her, and I was confident, and that people feed off of confidence and enthusiasm. So write that down. If you want to book up your March, make sure that you're excited when you tell people. Who wouldn't be excited? If they have a $500 party, they're going to get $180 in free stuff. And if they double that and have a $1,200 party, let's say they rock their party, and you let them party all month long, and at the end of March you close out their party with them, they have a $1,200 party. You know what that means? That means they get $300 in commission. They get $500 in free product as a hostess. They get another $300 free product as the consultant earning start swell. Plus they earn 3 free hostess exclusives, one of which is valued at $200. So that's over $1,100 in free product, $300 in commission for having a $1,200 PV party in March. That is nuts. Show enthusiasm. Leslie's on here. Leslie knows good and well that that's doable. She had a couple good parties for me before she even joined. Her husband went nuts buying stuff on her party, and he supported the crap out of her, and it was amazing. So it's so doable, especially since you have all month long and you don't have to close the party right away. You can direct ship orders. So first of all, show enthusiasm. Show them, explain to them what they can earn. So how you do that is through hostess stacking. If you don't know what hostess stacking is, I'm going to explain that. And if you already know what it is, you're going to hear about it anyway. So hostess stacking is where you show them in a picture or a video of the free products, the amount of free products that they will earn by partying with you in March, okay? If you are local to me and you want to come to my house and get a picture with a bunch of stuff around you and have it be you can use it all month long. Set up a time with me, come by, we'll put up products all around you based on a $600 party, based on a $1,200 party, and the visual really helps because they're like, oh my gosh, I can get all of that in the print that I want? What? Okay, so that's an average party right there in that picture, and that's if I go over and above and have an over average party. So they can see, it's called hostess stacking. You're stacking the hostess with the product, and you're physically showing them how much product they can get. So get that planned for, even if it's not you physically in the picture, it doesn't have to be. We can get pictures off of different group pages and like put products together. We can even make our own image of here's $600 party, what you get, and here's $1,200 party. Here's an example. Doesn't have to be sitting around someone, although it's helpful. But you can just show them a picture of here's what you would get. So hostess stacking. So booking up your March, how? First of all, show enthusiasm and about the fantastic deal. Okay. 2, hostess stacking, show them what they're going to get. And 3, you've got to reach out personally to your friends. You can't just post to your closed group page about these huge benefits for this month. That's not going to be enough. I mean, you might have a few bites of people being interested in doing parties, but this is where you get on your phone. It's not hounding people. You're doing them a favor by telling them about this and by thinking about them. Okay, if they say no, that's totally fine. Your response to a no is, okay, well, if you want to party with me, we can definitely get it planned in the future. I understand if you're too busy right now. Right now is a fantastic time because of all of the great deals, and that's why I wanted to reach out to you. I wanted to bless you with that, but if it doesn't work out for right now, is there another month that we can plan for it? You know, let them respond, and if not, say, okay, I'll be back in touch with you at some point in the future to, you know, when there's another good deal. You know, I'll try to think about you. So that's how that should go. All right. If you are a more tenured consultant, if you haven't been someone that just started, if you've been with us at least a few months or even a year, you can go back to your order history and look to see who hosted parties for you in March or in months around this time, so that you can get back in touch with those hostesses and say, hey, you hosted with me last April. I would love for you to host again in April this year, but right now you can get double hostess credit, and I just wanted to make sure you knew that. Would you like to get on my books so that I can plan to party with you? You know, you got to ask. If you don't ask, you don't get it, right? So the more people you ask, the more yeses you will get in nature, all right? Okay, so our first topic is booking up your March by showing enthusiasm, showing hostess stacking, and reaching out personally to your friends. The second thing we need to do, even if you're not quite ready to grow into leadership, even if that's not the case, we want to bless people by telling them about 31, and in turn, it blesses you because you're growing your team and you're helping people, all right? So grow your team. How are you going to do that? Well, the very first thing, you offer it to every single hostess, okay? That is hard. That is really a tough thing because when you're starting out and you need that PV because you want to earn incentives, you need the commission, you need to still let that hostess know, hey, you know, if you want to become your own consultant, I fully support that. Let me know if you have questions. My team is great. We're here to help. If it's not something you're interested, I am so happy to just keep taking your money. I appreciate your business so much. So, you know, and I think Imelda, we might have had a similar conversation. She's on there listening. She just joined us today. So welcome, Imelda. I'm glad that you are joining us. So first of all, offer it to every single hostess. Learn to flip parties. What I mean by flipping parties is you start out as the consultant, and if if your hostess would like to become a consultant, you go ahead and help them create a party link, and any orders that haven't direct shipped under your party link as the consultant, you can move those over. Those are the ones that are waiting to ship to hostess. You can move those over to their new consultant. You just have to get their credit card information again, and they're always okay with that because they're excited for their friend to get started with their business. So it's not a big deal. Hostess flipping is something that we should all at least be familiar with and be open to, because it really blesses people and gets them off to a strong start. And that is wonderful, because I want people to get qualified right out of the gates. I want them to make money right away, and I want them to see success so that they know that they can do it and they start believing in themselves that they can do this business, okay? Because all it is booking, booking, partying, and recruiting. Those are the three things that are involved with this direct sales business. You don't have to recruit. It can be booking and partying. But if you choose to recruit or sponsor, I like the word sponsor better, you are fully involved. You are all in. You are blessing other people by telling them about this. You never know what people are dealing with. You never know what $100 even in commission can do a month for a couple that's struggling. For, it could be any number of things, all right? So we don't know people's stories. So it's our job to at least tell them about it. And if it's a no, it's a no, all right? So look for cues from people. You want to offer it to your hostesses, but you also want to look outside of your hostesses, be engaged on your social media and in everyday life, being present where you are at and listening to conversations. You want to know what people are talking about, not that you're eavesdropping, but you want to be able to help them in any case, right? Like if they need a babysitter Friday night, maybe you have a great babysitter you can recommend. Same kind of mentality. You just want to offer help, right? And if you hear of a conversation, you have a friend that says, gosh, my husband and I, we just had an argument about money. Things are so tight right now and things are just so stressful. I hope we get money back on taxes because I don't know how we're going to do it. All right, that is a cue. Not that you're going to go walk over to her right that second and be like, oh my gosh, girl, we got to talk because this is life-changing. No, don't go out like that. Keep that in mind and come across authentically and personally reach out to them. Maybe not in that moment. Maybe that would be embarrassing in that moment to approach them, but you can follow up and say, hey, I happened to overhear. I'm really sorry. Things are tight right now. I do want to help you if you're willing to learn about this opportunity, because you can start making money immediately. And I would love that for you and your family. All right. So there's one thing. Another cue would be like, oh gosh, I owe the IRS this year. I might have to take out a loan to pay for my taxes. That's a common thing. I had to do that a couple of years ago. Somebody that says, we want to take a family vacation. Okay, but they're not going anywhere because they're paying their credit cards and they're trying to find money to give to their kids for school lunches, whatever the case may be. They can't afford to go on a family vacation. So that is your cue to say in your head, okay, I need to get back with this person because 31 can offer free vacations for people, not only the vacation, but the commission for them to take their own vacation. So can really bless people. And hi, Janelle, I see that you joined us. Good to see you on there. And we're recording this, so for anyone that joins in late, you can hop back on at the very beginning. Okay, so growing your team, we're talking about how to grow your team. First of all, offer it to every single hostess. Secondly, look for cues from people so that you can offer the opportunity in an authentic and personal way when it's good timing. And the good timing is up to you. You don't want to do it around a bunch of people to embarrass anyone. All right? And you don't want to take attention away. You would want to do it in the right setting. Okay, and then the third thing about growing your team is you show them the rewards of triple dipping in March. Does anyone want to unmute themselves and explain to us what triple dipping means for March? Feel free to unmute yourself and tell me. Anybody understand the concept? All right. Well, nobody's unmuting themselves. Come on. Okay, I'll explain triple dipping. Triple dipping is where not only do they get the hostess rewards, okay, the normal hostess rewards that they would normally get in a month, but they get the, so they're going to get double hostess credit as their rewards. That's their rewards, okay, if they have a $500 party or more. They're going to get the commission on the party as the consultant, 25%. They're also going to earn the Start Swell business credit, okay? So that's triple dipping. As an example of what I told you earlier, you have someone that comes in, they have a $1,200 party, all right? And they're the consultant and the hostess. Let's break it down one more time. A $1,200 party is $500 in free hostess credit this month because it doubles, right? It goes from $250 to $500. So they're going to get $500 in free hostess credit. They're going to get $300 in commission for that $1,200 party. They're going to get $300 in business credit that they can use on anything that they want, including catalogs, tablecloths, logo shirts, more product, whatever they want, pens, like 50 nail files and 400 key fobs, whatever, like they can use it however they want, but that's a ton of money towards business credit that they're getting. It's triple dipping, getting it 3 different ways, okay? Being the consultant to get the commission, the consultant starts well, and the hostess credit. So you explain that to them because it's doable. If you are not comfortable with helping someone get off to a great start, that's why I'm here, and that's why Christine is here, okay? Christine and I are so happy to help you guys. Now, if you're on Christine's team, she would likely run a Facebook event for you, run it on SenseShare, and if you're on my team, I would run that for you. For your new person, if that's not something you've ever done before and you're not comfortable with it, we're here to help. Now, it's not just say we'll do it every single time. I don't have time for that, okay? I'm willing to give as much effort as you're willing to give. I match effort for effort. So what I mean by that is if I do a party for you and help you and help your new sponsor get off to a great start, I'm going to expect you to learn from that experience and to be able to do it from there. I'm not going to continue doing that. Okay. So if there's something you're struggling with, that's a coaching opportunity for me to help you because I can't hold your hand the whole time. But if you are bringing on like your first team member or helping someone for the first time get started, please reach out to me. Okay. So we talked about booking your March, growing your team. Who wants to talk about LIT 2019? Anybody want to raise their hand or unmute and give me a holla, give me a whoop whoop? LIT 2019. Yes. Do you know what LIT stands for?
Leadership and training.
What's that?
Leadership and training.
Nope. Close.
Nope.
Who knows what LIT stands for? Christine, you want to pop it out?
Hello?
Leadership Incentive Trip.
Yes, Leslie. Leadership Incentive Trip. LIT. LIT is my favorite thing ever. Well, maybe not ever, but it's pretty amazing. So it's a free, all expenses paid trip. I've gone to Riviera Maya, Mexico for my first time in 2015. We went to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic in 2016. 2017, we were going to take our very first cruise ever to the Bahamas, and it got canceled because of Hurricane Irma, but I earned 3 free trips. The 4th trip I earned was through with the Disney Wishes Come True incentive, and we're going to go in April. I haven't told my kids, and I don't want them to hear. We're going in April. Okay, and then this September is Bahamas for the trip for this year, and 2019 is to Maui. Who saw that on the page today? Maui, Hawaii. Who wants to go to Maui, Hawaii?
I do.
Who doesn't? Okay, everybody can unmute themselves. All right. Janelle, do you want to earn it?
Yes, I do want to earn it.
That'd be fantastic. I would be so pumped.
Yeah, I'm already talking to my husband about it, making a plan.
That's awesome. Let's talk about it and actually work up a doable plan, okay? Because that would be awesome. Okay, so what I'm going to share with you now, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to watch a video about LIT. It's really short and I just need to share my screen here. So hang with me. One participant can share screen, share computer sound. Okay, hang tight, I'm almost there. Okay, let me know if you can see this. Raise your hand if you can see this or do something. Okay, you can see it. Okay, first of all, check this out. These are pictures from where we will be staying. I'm not going to stay on the pictures too long. You can go on TOT and look at these pictures. So, so gorgeous. Look at that. I have never been to Hawaii in my life, and I cannot wait for this. I'm so excited. I started crying today when I heard the news. Look at those waterfalls. Ah! Exciting. So, so pretty. All right, so I am set on this, and let's watch this. Whoops, I did something wrong. Okay, so let's just talk real quick about Maui. So everyone that is here, except for Christine, so we got Elizabeth, Imelda, Janelle, Leslie, and Essence joining us. All of you are consultants as of today, all right? I'm here to tell you that when I earned my first trip, I started out as a consultant when the earning period began, and I had, let me count it up real quick, 7 less months to do it in than you have right now. 7 less months. You know what? They're giving us a whole year to earn this. That is crazy. You know why that is? It's because Cindy Monroe and Scott Monroe have a heart for you and they love you. And I'm not even kidding about that. They want us to earn this. They offer incentives. They want you to earn it, okay? So they're giving you a year. You have from today until February 28th, unless it's a leap year, then it'll be the 29th, 2019 to earn this. That's crazy. So in times past, this is the very first time they've offered this, to have this long to do it. You really have no reason to not do it unless you just don't work your business to the level that you plan to work it. That's the only thing holding you back, is if you don't execute what you plan, and if you don't plan to do this. You have to have plans in writing of what you're going to do and how you're going to achieve it. And you have to hold yourself accountable. So when I earned my very first trip, the earning period started October 1st of 2014. I didn't even know I was in the earning period, guys. Okay. My director did not tell me because she was not my direct sponsor and she thought I knew about LIT. I had no clue what LIT was. So you guys have a leg up, all right? LIT, Leadership Incentive Trip, all of you can earn it. Okay, so I started October 1st. I was partying. That sounds so funny. I was partying, but like I'm drinking beer or something. I was partying with my hostesses. I was working my business. I was recruiting team members because I was wanting to help people. And come March of that following year, that's when I went crazy with my business because they always offer crazy good incentives for March. It was like every $200 party that you enter, you get any item for free in the catalog. And so we had a Diamond District in the catalog at that time. It was a $148 value. With every $200 party, you got a free Diamond District or a free anything that you wanted. So I went nuts, showed enthusiasm, and I was booking crazy. I think I had like 12 or 13 in-home parties that month. I was worn out. It wore me out, but I didn't even know I was going for a trip. I knew I was trying to become director, but I did not know I was that I was in the running to earn a trip. Okay. So I had like 13 in-home parties, and I think I closed like 20 some parties that month because I had online stuff going on as well, because I wanted to tell people, oh my gosh, you can get a $150 bag for free plus the regular incentives they're offering. Why wouldn't you want to do this? And what I would do is if they got to like $600, I would make it 3 different parties and get them the rewards for 3 parties, including the free Diamond District 3 times, so that they could keep one for themselves and they had 2 amazing gifts. It's crazy because that's $450 in free product on top of. So what I'm saying is March is incredible. Take advantage of it. Use this to catapult your stay with free. Okay, we got 10 minutes left, and then we've got to I got a little message. I get the free version of this Zoom, so I get these messages that it's going to cut me off. Okay, well, what I was saying is use March to catapult you. If Maui, Hawaii is something you want, if you want leadership, if you want to earn a free vacation for you and a guest, use March to get you started, because March is what ended it for me in a positive way that earned me a free trip that I didn't even know about. So at the very last week of March, after I had partied all month long, Dina Bottomley contacted me and she said, Sarah, so yeah, you're really close to earning your trip. I'm like, what trip? What are you talking about? And she's like, oh, LIT. I'm like, what's LIT? She's like, are you kidding me? You didn't know? I thought that's why you were doing all of this. And I was like, I have no clue what you're talking about, lady. Can you just start talking? Like, just explain to me, please. And she's like, well, you need Jessica on your team to get like $127 more in volume so she qualifies. Like, that's all she needs. And then you've earned your trip because you've already met all your requirements otherwise. And I'm like, what? Say what? Like $127 for her to submit and I get a trip? Whoa. So I then called Jessica and I'm like, hey, I need you to put like $127 in like 3 days. Okay. And I explained it to her. She was actually my cousin and she's like, yeah, I'll do it today. So I earned my trip. So anyway, all that to say, you have 7 more months to do it in than I did. And you know about the trip and I didn't know about my trip. So it's very doable. I was a consultant when it started. I was a consultant, and then so I had gone to conference that July before. I recruited my very first person August of that year. I became a senior consultant in December, which senior consultant is you have two team members that have qualified. Okay, so I became a senior consultant by December, and then I really worked it because I'm like, well, I don't want to be a senior consultant. I want to be a director. I want to get that extra pay raise. And that's something I want. So I went for it. So it took me January, February, March. So 5 months after I promoted, well, hold on, let's see here, October, let's say that was December, January. So 3 months after I was senior consultant, that's when I promoted to director because I was working my business. I was consistent. I was partying. I was telling people about the business. So I was recruiting people. They were becoming qualified. And you need 4 PICAs, personally enrolled and qualified and active people on your team to become a director. I think somebody has a question here. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, I've been missing tons and tons of stuff. Okay. Essence, you're driving and listening. You better not be texting and driving, sister. You better be home by now. Essence says, love this company. And Christine says, GTG. Thanks so much, Sarah. See you in Maui. I don't know what GTG means. What's GTG?
That means got to go.
Ah, so Christine might have to leave. If you do, love you. Okay, so we have about 6 minutes left on this call, and then we're going to be done, if not before then. But Christine did have to go. Okay, so how do you earn the trip? Let's talk about how you earn it. Real quick, kids, go to bed. I need you to go. Go to my bed. Just go now. Go to my, I don't care. I'll talk to you in just a few minutes. Okay, so how do you earn the trip? So it's by 2 things. That's it. When I earned the trip, it was based on like 5 things. So it's simplified. It is by your personal volume and by your PICAs. Again, PICA is someone personally enrolled by you, someone that's qualified and active. Okay, so personally enrolled, you enroll them, they become qualified, they get their first 1,000 in sales. That makes them qualified, and they're an active consultant. So once you have 2 PICAs, you become senior consultant. 4, you qualify to become a director. Okay, and then beyond that, you don't promote based on PICAs, you promote based on how many directors you have on your team. Oh, my dogs are fighting. Okay, but you have to have 4 PICAs by February of next year so that you become a director in qualification. You have to qualify to be a director by the end of February, and you have through the end of March, well, not through the end of March. If you qualify for a director in February, then you promote March 10th, and you would earn the trip if you have the right number of points. So you get 1 point for every personal volume dollar that you have between now and February 28th, and you get 2,000 points for each PICA, okay? So 2,000 points for each PICA, so that's a huge difference, all right? And they don't have a maximum number of PICAs that you can get. So let's say the trip for 2, you need 45,000 points. So what does that look like? In a year's time, let's say you average $500 a month. Does that make sense? Let's just say 500. Let's just start low, okay? So that's 1 average party a month. You should be doing more than that if you're going for this trip. But let's just say, for example, to see how many PICAs you need. So $500 times 12 months, that would give you 6,000 of those 45,000 points. So you would have to have 20 PICAs. Let's not do that. The more personal volume you can get, the less PICAs you need. So let's up that. Let's say you have some amazing months, and you have some that are kind of average for you, and you're pushing hard though, and let's say you average 1,200 a month, okay, for a 12-month period. Average of 1,200. That's 2 average parties, ladies, okay? So 1,200 times 12, that gives you 14,400 points. Okay, so you would need 15 PICAs. That's still a lot of PICAs. So my goal, if I were trying to do this for the very first time, would be get as much personal volume as I possibly can, because that's what I can control. I can't always control what other people are going to do. I can get them into the business and help them, but if they're not willing to get off to a strong start and let me help them and have their first 1,000, they're not going to be a PICA for me. So let's just say you have $3,000 every month. Just as an example, that's 36,000 of your points in the 12-month time period, okay? 45,000 minus 36,000 divided by 2,000. Okay, so you would still need 5 PICAs in the time period, all right? And 5 PICAs are actually the minimum number of PICAs that you can have to earn the trip for 2. Now, if you fall short, if you don't get the points you need, go ahead and look at TOT. there are payouts that they offer at the $500 level and the $1,000 level for people that have 31,000 in points and 40,000 in points. So go to TOT, go to Scoop and Leadership Incentive Trip 2019 to get all the details. Okay, so go ahead and unmute yourself. We have 1.5 minutes for any questions, and then the Zoom call is going to end, and if you want to talk any further, we can hop back on. Does anybody have questions?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Hey, sorry, I was not driving when I sent those last messages. I was already home.
That's good.
But I did have a question about, like, how do you deal with, like, people, like, when they join and then, like, they just don't want to do anything all of a sudden, like, after they join? Like, how do you deal with that?
Okay, good question. And I'm actually going to stop recording right now. So thank you guys all for joining, that is joining us on the live, on the playback, and let me know if you have questions.